Hello and welcome back to Kim's Cozy Corner. Today I am going to focus on harvesting some of my cool weather crops. Now I'm sitting here with long sleeves on. It's probably about 85 degrees, if not more. It's going to hit 95 today. And you're like, why are you in the garden with long sleeves? We were pulling weeds, so just look over the clothes. So we are going to start by harvesting some broccoli. So I've been gone for a week and I came back and all of the broccoli needs to be harvested. So I'm going to just cut some off and I figured I'll bring you along with me. Now I planted two different types of broccoli. I don't remember what they were right now. I will put them right here on the screen, the two different types that I grew. Some of the seeds are from a seed share and the others I just purchased, but they're all ready to be harvested. And these I started from transplants inside my indoor growing space and I transplanted them out. So I didn't start them from seeds outside. I started them indoors back in late February, I believe. So let's just get into it. The stems are nice and long. But the head of broccoli is right at the top. So I am going to just clip the head off, and this is a smaller head. But I'm just clipping it off, handing it to my sister, and I'm going to just go down this row and do the same thing. Now my shears that I'm using, I took a towel and I soap and washed it up really good, and then I put some alcohol and cleaned it off really good. So I'm not transferring disease from one plant to another, hopefully. So I cleaned them up real good before I started harvesting. Now I only have 3 plants in this space here, but they are already starting to put on some side shoots. So I know that I will get more harvest off of these 3 in the future because of the side shoots, now that the main crown is gone. Let's move over to the other area and harvest the rest of that broccoli as well. Now we've moved over to another space, and I know that I definitely have 2 different varieties in here. You see the short stature ones here, this is all one. And I feel like it's a blue ribbon or something like that. But again, I've already put up here the type of broccoli that I have here. But this is definitely one type. And then this is Wathrams up here, the taller ones. So it's a variety in the mix. But let's get the harvesting in here. And side shoots are already coming in. So I definitely want to get the main crown out. And they look so good. I mean, there's no... let me come in close. There's no bugs, no bug damage. I mean, they look amazing. Side shoots are coming on these other ones as well. We will steam these up tonight and have broccoli for dinner. Now this particular one, it's not ready. There's no head whatsoever on it. I do know it is a different variety, but there's no head on this one at all. Uh-oh, I've almost waited too long on this one here. So let's get the head out, and I'm gonna have to cut it a little lower than I want it to. The side shoots for this one are already coming in and they're super, super long. So this was kind of blocking it out. And then I'm going to move on down, and these are not ready, but this last one is. And side shoots are coming in like crazy. That's it for today's broccoli harvest, but let's move on to the next harvest. So I've moved on down into my arch trellis area, and my summer vegetables are doing really well in this space. I have sugar snap peas in the back. I have pole beans growing up right here, and I have flowers in between. And in the very front here, I have celery. And I planted way too much celery, way too much celery. I only wanted 5 celery plants, 5. I think I have 50, roughly 50. And so I'm finding ways to preserve it. So today I'm going to pick some of the celery, and some of these, I mean, look really nice. But I'm going to pick the celery today, and I am going to do two things. I'm going to dehydrate some, which I'll put on a later video, and then I'm going to cut some of these up into just the right size pieces and flash freeze them and putting them away. So when I need some chopped up celery, I'll just pull the little bag right out the freezer and it'll be ready to go. So that's going to be the primary way I'm going to preserve this today. I'm not going to pick it clean. I'm going to only pick off a few stalks. My goal is to pick off the stalks in the back where the flowers are. So these are zinnias back here, as well as some straw flowers. And so I want to pick off the celery or cut the celery on the back side. So let's just get to it. Now this is the first time I've ever grown celery, so I am really excited about growing celery. I don't eat a lot of fresh celery, but look at that. Isn't it gorgeous? And I am a little bit in the shade, so hopefully you can see this. But I don't eat a lot of fresh celery, but I love to cook with celery. I know lots of people love to, dip their celery in ranch dressing and all that kind of stuff. Not me. Another really nice piece. Oh goodness, this smells good. Well, no, it doesn't. It smells like celery, but that's the way it's supposed to smell. It smells the way it's supposed to smell. I like it in my foods, but I just can't eat it fresh. Just not me. Others may, just not me. Sliding on down here. Now the ones on that end down there gets more sun than the ones down here. And I think I can tell from the growth habit that it's definitely getting more sun down on that end. But these look good as well. They look healthy. They're not quite as large. This is what you would call, I guess, a bumper crop, where you get more than you thought you were going to get. And when that happens, you have to take advantage of it. So I definitely need to preserve as much as possible. I know you guys see me rolling around on my little toy here, but I tell you, this toy is amazing. You just roll right over to what you need. I think that's good. Oh no, I gotta get this a big one. There we go. I think that'll be enough celery to put up for this particular harvest. And while I'm back here, I'm gonna go ahead and cut my zinnias. And so the more you harvest your zinnias, the more they will flower and get bushier. And so I am going to go ahead and harvest some of these zinnias. And they will come back bigger and fuller and more luscious. Uh-oh, this zinnia is broken. Oh. A sweet pea's trying to get it. Okay. I'm tearing that one all to pieces. I'm not doing it on purpose because I don't like them. That's not why I'm doing it. It's just happening, just by chance. I've been gone for a week and everything I touch, I'm breaking. I'm going to stop. I'm just going to stop because I'm tearing everything up. Let me just get back to the zinnias. I know what I'm doing with zinnias. Let me cut the zinnias. Let me cut them. They're my first zinnias. All right. And now they will produce even more. That's it for the celery harvest. Let's see if we can find something else to harvest today. All right, I'm back. I had to get out of those hot clothes. Whew. It's 93 in the shade, and I was picking weeds and I was afraid that there was some poison ivy or poison oak mixed into those weeds. So I had long sleeves, long pants, socks, everything on. And now it's 95 degrees and I just couldn't take it anymore. So I had to go change and take a shower. And now we're going to get back to harvesting different food from the garden. I have tomatoes ready to go. These are orange hat tomatoes that I started inside in my indoor grow tent. And there, there's probably 2 or 3 dozen on here that are ripe. So we're gonna pick those next. And there are some blooms at the top, but most of the blooms look like they're gonna die and fall off. And that's very common. So let me take a minute to explain that. When the temperatures get above 90 degrees, most of your plants that are putting blooms on will stop, they'll stop putting blooms on because it's so hot. Your plant is trying to conserve energy. So they will stop trying to reproduce and just try to survive. So a lot of the blooms will fall off or they'll just stop blooming altogether. But don't be alarmed. It's okay. Your plant's not dead. As long as they're green, continue to water and they will start putting blooms back on when it cools down. So I have several places where I can see where the blooms were trying to come on and they're looking a little peaked. They don't look like they're going to make it, but I know that this plant still has a lot of life left in it. Now, it probably could use a little fertilizer since I've been gone for a good week. So we'll give it a good fertilizer once it cools down a little bit, maybe in the next day or so. But let's go ahead and harvest these orange hat tomatoes. I tasted one of these earlier today and it was so sweet. I mean, it was just bursting with like kind of a citrus taste to it, a little fruity. I don't know if that's supposed to be that way or not, but it was. And it was really good though. All right, that one's not quite ready. Wow, I got a lot off of there. And I still see a few green baby ones on there. They should continue to bulk up in size. So let me show you my little harvest. Okay, maybe it wasn't 2 or 3 dozen. I obviously can't count, but there are at least a dozen. So let's call it a dozen. Might be a little bit more, might be 15 in there. But aren't they beautiful? Look at that. Nice sized cherry tomatoes. And I have another bowl here. Guess what we're going to go pick next? We are going to go pick strawberries. Now, I've always heard that it's better to pick your fruit in the evenings after they've been sitting in the warm sun all day, that they're sweeter, the sugars are better. So we're going to go pick strawberries now. And not far from where I live, this is Strawberry Festival weekend. So apparently strawberries are grown very widely here, commercially here. There's a place where they have something called a Strawberry Festival. And so you go up there and if you can make it with a strawberry, I promise you somebody made it. There are donuts, there are pies, there are cookies, there are different kinds of drinks with strawberries in it. But all of the strawberries are typically grown local and they make a big deal out of harvest season. So those are probably June bearing strawberries, right, where your harvests come in all at one time. I'm not going to it. It's too hot. It's 95 degrees in the shade. I can't do it. But this would be the perfect time for me to grab strawberries if I needed to preserve strawberries, make jams and jellies. But I probably have a 1.5 year supply left from all of the strawberries that I preserved last year. So we don't need to do that this year. We only need strawberries for fresh eating, and I should have more than enough in the garden. Let's go see what we got. Now, you know I have strawberries all over my garden, so let's see what we can find. There's a nice sized one right there. Now, while I was out of town for the last week, I asked my sister to pick as many as she could. No use in letting strawberries go bad. And she told me that she probably had a 6 of strawberry every day. So good for her. Let's move over to the next area. Okay, I have a container here that needs water desperately. That one's not ready. Wow, though, it has a ton of strawberries on them. They're not ready. Nothing in this bed. I think I hit the jackpot. Yes. Beautiful strawberries. That one's not ready. Look at that strawberry. Uh-oh, it's got a bad spot. I'll cut that off though. Beautiful strawberry. Some of these have a few more days on them before they'll be ready. Yeah, I'm gonna give those another day or so. Right, let's check out the strawberry tower. Wow, these are not very happy, and they're very dry. Very dry. Oh, not good. Not good. All right, so it looks like these strawberries are in desperate need of water. So I am going to have to really flood this tower tonight. Yeah, they're so dry, it's hard. I mean, it's hard inside there. Like, I can't even put my hand in the dirt, in the soil. It's so dry. So we're going to have to get some water on these very bad. Now that layer is fine, but this top one there's nothing left. It's just completely dried out. And I have deformed strawberries in there as well. Not that you can't eat them though. All right, I think the top two are fine. Let's go down to the next two layers. Now this strawberry tower has a variety of strawberries in it. I have strawberries from last year that came back, as well as some strawberries that I purchased this year. I don't remember the variety, don't even ask. I don't know. All I know is that they're ever-bearing, which means they will put strawberries on all season long. All right, looks like my sister picked this one pretty good. Let's see if there's anything in the other areas. All right. Ooh, beautiful. Look at that one. It's gorgeous. It's dirty, but it's gorgeous. And there are a ton of green strawberries on here as well. And there's a huge weed. Oh, I got dirt in my strawberries. Okay. This is my last area. I don't know if there's any strawberries here, but we will take a look. That's it for the strawberry harvest. It looks like I have about 9 good strawberries and a couple not so great strawberries in there, but that's 9 strawberries today, and it looks like there's another dozen ready to go tomorrow. I could have picked them. I would prefer to pick them when they're fully ripe, which will probably be tomorrow in this 90-degree heat, but at least I have a few strawberries to go along with my tomatoes. I am over in my sugar snap pea or snow pea area in the garden. In the garden here, they are growing up on a cattle panel trellis, and I don't like them. I don't like them at all. Don't like them. They taste like weeds to me, but my girls love them, so I grow them for my girls. And over the last week, no one's been here to kind of help guide the peas up and onto this trellis. So I was spending some time doing that and breaking a few of them at the same time, which hopefully they'll recover. But as I was doing that, I found peas. I found peas, and I thought I was filming, but I wasn't. And so I've already picked enough peas, so I picked 4. It's not like there's a whole lot, but there are 4. So each of the girls can have 1 apiece, and there will be many more though, because they are blooming. Now, peas are cool weather crops, and with this hot weather, I'm hoping they can hang on one more day until we can get to cooler weather. But I was able to get 4 so that they can have 1 apiece. They'll be back tomorrow because I'm on vacation. They're on vacation. They're at respite enjoying themselves, and I'm here in my garden enjoying myself as well. But they will be home tomorrow, and I want them to get the first taste of the garden with these peas. Typically, they come into the garden and they help themselves to whatever's over here from a pea standpoint, as well as from a cherry tomato standpoint. But it's a little early for them to have what they need, but in about a week, maybe a week, they will start coming in really strong and they will be able to eat lots and lots of peas. But I picked 4 and they're starting to bloom. There are 2 different varieties over here. I have one variety that gets about 4 feet tall, and that's the ones you see in the back up here. But then I have another variety that stays really short and closer to the ground, which is down here. And it's that shorter variety with the little white blooms on it that I picked just now, the 4 peas off of. And I know that's not many, right? But you know, hey, it's still a snack. It's 4 more than we had yesterday. So I think the girls are really going to enjoy this snack along with strawberries and tomatoes that I've already picked for them today. That's it for today's harvest. Let me bring you in close so I can show you the teeny tiny harvest that I was able to get today. So here we have the strawberries, the snow peas or sugar snap peas, the orange hat orange, cherry tomatoes, the broccoli, and all around the back here, that is all celery. Isn't it a nice little harvest today? I know it's not much, but it is still the first nice size harvest of the year that has a variety of vegetables that we're going to enjoy over the next couple of days. If you enjoyed this video, thumbs up as always. Please subscribe to the channel. I'll have many, many more harvest videos this summer. Thank you and have a wonderful day. And until next time, bye.